Hello guys, the following videos were sent to me by Juliet and they were recorded and shared by a user called Danny. Juliet tells me that this man, a father who's living with his wife and young son in a cozy apartment, has documented several strange events over the past year. An interesting detail about this case is that the apartment units on the premises used to be a hotel back in the day. This February, he was taking a quick tour through the corridors and interviewed the property manager. She states that apparently something happened to a young girl in there, which was the reason why the former owners turned this building into apartment units.
Can I ask you a question really quick?
Sure.
Do you care to be on it?
That's fine.
Okay. You know what this place used to be before apartment, right?
Yeah, it used to be a hotel back in the day. Something happened to a girl, and I haven't heard much from it. Something weird. The owners don't really talk about it, so.
Does anybody else know about that?
We try not to advertise it.
Unfortunately, the specific details are unknown. The incident we want to highlight today, though, took place at the end of January. Danny was uploading a video update, in which he tells us about a strange crawl space he just stumbled upon in his unit.
It is freezing cold and I can feel air blowing through. The windows aren't open and I found the source. Check the shit out. There's this closet. That should never be open. I don't even know how it is open. I can't even open this thing any farther. This is as far in as I can go. It's super creepy. But then check this out. I'm like, okay, that's super gnarly. I don't even know if that's safe. There's a tin box right there. So I gotta figure out a way to reach that. It's really far away.
A strange little tin box is sitting in the corner of this unused crawl space. Certainly not something you would find every day. Danny doesn't know what to make out of that. Understandably. But of course, curiosity is king. And let's be honest, something like that always makes up for some good content. So Danny decides to get that box out of there, with help of a broom. Before we take a look inside this ominous tin box though, Danny shares some more experiences he could document over the past years, whilst living in this old complex with his family. Turns out that mysterious encounters are unfolding in there pretty regularly. At first he didn't think much of them, but started documenting once he realized that things seem to get more crazy over time.
I just spilled the salt while making my man some lunch. Check it out. And I instantly got a cold chill. And I didn't realize what it was. The freezer's open. So, crazy happening here lately. And, you know, I don't know what to do about it. It's tripping me out. It's what? I didn't even open those.
These everyday hauntings were nothing special anymore, but they also seemed to be centered around his son. A lot, actually.
I keep hearing sounds coming from my son's bedroom. Just flick the light on, see what my man's doing, right? When I do that, he's like, you know, Dad, like, you know, go back to playing video games, but I keep hearing the sound, and I keep hearing something else that's not my son, so...
Strange noises are nothing too special, right? The following day though, while filming his little son on the floor, he noticed an unusual shadow in his bathroom. He was alone with his son at the time, so there shouldn't have been anybody in there really.
And there's no one here. So I go inside, check it out, and I start looking around. So my only guess is they're gonna be right behind the curtain. Let's check it out. Nothing.
The real creepiness, however, started to unfold shortly after these shadows were seen around the house. During his birthday, they were recording whilst Danny was receiving a birthday dessert. And it was during the celebration that something really terrifying was found on the footage later.
After relighting the candles, I looked at the footage and saw something.
What appears to be a dark shadow man seems to be standing right behind his son. He states that he didn't notice it at the time, and that they only saw this thing after. How nightmarish. Now let's jump back to that tin box that Danny had found in the crawl space.
God, it's freezing in here. It smells so bad. Oh, it's way... It's heavy. Alright, I got it. There's stuff in here. So, 1986. Right back. A book? The Devout Catholic Child. Look at that thing. It's a tape recorder.
That's a pretty strange find, isn't it? Besides this unusual Catholic book, there seems to be an even weirder item in this old tin box, a tape recorder. The question is, how old might this electronical piece of equipment be? And why would somebody store it in a tin box, hidden away in a hotel, presumably?
This audio is actually, it gives me the chills. And I haven't even finished this tape yet.
Day one, the hotel is kind of nice. It's October 6th, 96. It's raining outside. Hotel offers breakfast, white pancakes. It's cloudy again, October 7th, day 2. Doctor has me carrying around this tape recorder. Guess it's gonna help.
So we can conclude that a woman named Patty was the owner of this device, and interestingly enough, the little notebook that was also found in the tin has a page with her name written on it. But what does all of this mean?
Been a few days. I just got back from Holy Rosary. I really missed my parish in Dallas. Things are getting so much worse. I didn't think it'd follow me here.
What is she talking about? At this point, it seems that Patty was using this recorder as some kind of diary in which she documented her thoughts. Was she possibly talking about an entity that followed her? The next recordings could mean that this is certainly a possibility.
Voices are getting louder. Recording this might pick it up, so I just know that I'm not crazy. It's 3 a.m. Gonna try to get some sleep.
And it goes on for a long time like that.
Having the dream again about the parishioner's office. I should have never listened to that tape. Poor girl. I'm not totally bugging like I was the other day. It stopped raining and the sun's out. And I hit the tape. Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Patty was talking about another hidden tape that she had stored in her room for whatever reason. The old notebook mentioned an outlet cover, behind which she supposedly had placed one of these mini cassette tapes, to hide it from somebody. It really gets stranger and stranger. Why would anybody hide mini cassette tapes in an hotel room? It just doesn't make any sense really, does it? Danny was thinking the same at the time, but yet was determined to find this cassette tape. Then he decided to check behind every outlet in his unit to see if there actually could have been one of these mini tapes hidden. But he was out of luck. No such tape was found. He talked to the building manager a little bit more, and it turned out that his neighbor's unit was a pantry back in the day, which was part of Danny's own unit. He speculated that the tape could be hidden in that apartment, so he hoped to get access.
Point in time, I left a message at his door, pretty much just waiting for him to come home to see if I can unscrew his outlets, see if there's a tape back in there. Fingers crossed, I hope it's back there. I'm not gonna part to you guys or whatever, but like I want to know. And sorry, I haven't been uploading because I've had brutal work week, but I'm back. Gotta wait for him to get home.
A couple of days later, this update was posted.
I just got the message from the neighbor. He said I can go into his apartment because it's unlocked and I keep annoying the shit out of him. It's like, yeah, dude, just go in there. I went in there to a really creepy room, just like mine, but his is more accessible and there's like dirt and this weird thing on the wall. Might have to ask him about that. I don't know about that. They had the same light socket as the one that I found in that tin. No way. Tripping right now. There was a tape in the outlet and a piece of paper. It's the same size.
So, the tape was found, hidden in a piece of paper that belonged to that little Christian book. Crazy. Too crazy, maybe. Was anything interesting on it, you might wonder? Well, apparently Patty had consulted a priest about all these weird things she was seeing and hearing at night, as well as actively asking him to help her. After that, it took several days until Danny uploaded one of the last updates to date, in which he tells us about a really weird power outage that keeps reoccurring in his wing of the apartment building. He stepped outside the door to record it and captured the following. pair of legs that was not accounted for at the time is walking straight up to Danny. How eerie. Yet we have to ask ourselves, why would he pan the camera towards the floor at that point? Did he hear something weird that made him stop in his tracks? Or how could we explain this action? And what are these? Ghostly feet? People were baffled, some saying he faked it poorly, whilst others believe it to be a spirit contacting him. One night he heard really off noises from the room of his son, who seemingly was talking with somebody.
Room, and I went to investigate. I saw that his strobe light was on, and it's like, yo, dude, what are you doing in there? And I popped my head in there, and he's got his strobe light on. I can't believe this happened.
Whatever this thing is, I feel really sorry for the kid, because that kind of stuff can scare them quite a bit, as you can imagine. So, either Danny is living with a really creepy shadow entity, or he's just staging all of these encounters, which seem to freak out the whole family. As of yet, the story about the tape recorder has not been fully unraveled, so let's see what happens in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching.